right, getting my groove on, little Comcast on demand, and yeah, folks, it's lunchtime, and they serve much more than donuts. Their donuts are pretty good too. Yes, it's calling you, Dunkin' Donuts. Stop in, drive through, just be there. New locations, Ohio River Boulevard and in Calcutta, Ohio, where I will stop tonight before I head to Legacy Studios. And yes, Hopewell, Moon Township, love what they do at Dunkin' Donuts. Now, let's go to the mailbox, and thank you to all of my United States postal workers for being there every day, 6 days a week. And you know, folks, with everything that happens in the world, isn't it amazing how they get your mail to you on time? Just about always. Even because of that human element, it still rarely doesn't happen. They're that good. That's right. All for the price of that stamp. Love the United States Postal Service. Why? Because of this coming today. May the force be with you. How about that? AAA Central. You should be calling them. 1-800-354-8761. And our dear friend, Marcy Dingfield, who joins us from time to time from Disney, a Center Township native, a Central Valley grad. Beautiful young daughter, husband, does a great job. Disney, D-I-S-N-E-Y. I love what they do at Disney. And Marita Williams, Tracy Edwards, Debbie Evans, 1-800-354-8761. This is your destiny. Star Wars, a day at sea. How incredible is that? Prepare your crew for an entire day immersed in a Star Wars celebration with a galaxy of characters, and the rest of the week you'll enjoy the most stellar tropical islands on the planet, from Grand Cayman, St. Thomas, Castaway Cay, which I have been there, their very own private island. It's a spectacular vacation you won't want to miss. Deck parties with music, dancing, fireworks, and how about the Jedi Training Academy and the new Disney Oceaneer Club Star Wars Command Post. Folks, let me show you one more time. This is your destiny. Star Wars, a day at sea, January through April of 2018, but you better hurry. Tell them that your Pratt Pack said to call 1-800-354-8761. AAA Central just dropped in the mail today. Love it. All right, now, headlines. The big story today has to do with the remnants of Hurricane Harvey carrying its wrath up the Mississippi Delta today, before hammering the Gulf Coast with more punishing cloudburst and growing threats that included black smoke, a crippled chemical plant that collapsed the drinking water system in the Texas city. Now, some of the things they're concerned about: contaminated water. Huge swaths of Houston are submerged in water, as much as 30% of Harrison County, and they are worried about that. Along with mosquitoes, all of the stagnant water will also provide new pools for mosquitoes to breed and bring diseases. Lost medications, in addition to a range of new health dangers. The storm makes it harder for people to treat health conditions that they already had. And you know, we talk about this all the time with John Samick from Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh on his show, and it's crippling. Mold. Mold is a long-term issue that evacuees may not realize is a problem until after the floodwaters recede. And the spread of infectious diseases, with thousands of people crowding into shelters after their homes were evacuated, the risk for disease to spread due to the close contact will take place. The Federal Emergency Management Agency said that there are over 30,000 people in 230 shelters across Texas, providing plenty of opportunities for disease to spread from person to person. It's tough, real tough, folks, and thoughts and prayers go out to all of those folks and to the Red Cross and everybody doing a great job. Where would we be without you? Thank you so much. Also, more news from Wells Fargo, and not good, finding more fake bank accounts. But it seems as though they're finally kind of turning the bend. I watched a CNN Money Report today, a video with the interview being CEO of Wells Fargo, Tim Sloan, talking about all of these issues that have cost 5,300 employees their jobs. They are changing the course, getting away from incentive programs, which he believed really was a huge stumbling block, and they are staying the course. And Berkshire Hathaway, who happens to be the largest shareholder, we all know my hero Warren Buffett, he has had a few discussions with Mr. Sloan, who says he's doing his best, and they are staying the course with their new agenda. And look, when you have something that important in this country, you have to wish them nothing but the best. But it seems as though, after I watched that report today, they're finally figuring things out, and that's a good thing for our economy. U.S. fighter jets flying over the Korean Peninsula. So those are some of the headlines that are making news today. Garrett Cole goes tomorrow night, and why am I leapfrogging to tomorrow night? Pirates were beaten by the Cubs 17-3 yesterday. They're 63-71, so let's forget about that. Let's focus on some good stuff. Garrett Cole tomorrow night, PNC Park. Zambelli fireworks presented by Powerade and my friend Steve Sheets and the Sheets family, Joe Jr. and them, who, folks, love them. Where would I be? I got to make a daily stop to Sheets and get my grub on. So, big night tomorrow night. Get out and watch the ball game. That is the Cincinnati Reds, Pirates, PNC Park. You can hear it on 93.7 The Fan. Great weekend to get to the ballpark, especially with a Labor Day weekend. Also, Pitt football begins. Third time in 6 years. They're going to start the new campaign off against Youngstown State at Heinz Field at 1 o'clock. Don't forget that Gateway Clipper fleet. Just sail on into Heinz Field. Great way to go. 2012, Paul Chris. Remember they lost that game 31-17. And then 2015, Pat Narduzzi. They won 45-37. Former player, his dad was coach there. Well, that win was costly. Remember James Conner left with a knee injury? Well, Youngstown State, you just never know, but always a competitive football game. They play in the FCS. They are a great competitor for the Panthers, I believe. This year, they're going to be missing some talent because of disciplinary decisions from the coach. Jeremiah Tellini, of course, and Rory Blair are gone from the team. Jordan Whitehead and Alex Buchser, two starters, have been suspended. And good news, though, I believe that they have got the real deal in their USC transfer, Max Brown. And hopefully they'll get off on a winning note, because next week, Coach Franklin and the Penn State Nittany Lions. And remember, all season long, Bill Hillgrove, Bill Osborne, Larry Richard, 93.7 The Fan. Now, watched a little of the NFL Network via the World Wide Web today. Ike Taylor singing the praises of Joe Hayden. 28 years of age, 19 interceptions in his career. He believes it's all upside for this young man. And the real reason, folks, that he is going to light it up, they believe, because Artie Burns has made some strides. So they think with the addition of Joe Hayden, the Steelers have really done an amazing job with their secondary. Now, coming up later tonight with Ted Arnaud at Legacy Studios, much more on the Steelers. And, you know, I love Bob Labriola from Steelers.com and what they do. You got to check out that site. I was on it for about an hour today, and I've come up with a lot of good stuff because of Bob. And we're going to use some of that stuff tonight, including getting his thoughts on Joe Hayden. Another big story. Congratulations to Kevin Colbert. And this is a perfect way to describe him. Hardworking, no nonsense, blue collar attitude, dedicated and loyal. New deal through 2020. Great news, I believe, all the way around. All of this from Steelers.com. Art Rooney II, I'm excited to announce that they have extended Kevin Colbert's contract for an additional 2 years. This from Steelers President Art Rooney II. Quote, Kevin's dedication and diligent work have played a major role in our success. We are pleased he will continue to lead our personal efforts for at least the next 3 years. So on that note, more Steelers news to come. Cheers. Rooney's. Remember, the Coons Cafe, McKnight Road. And this week on the Coons Cooking Hour, Joe and Frank and I are going to be talking about tailgating. And this would be a perfect way to tailgate, right? Especially tonight, final preseason game of the year, KDK TV2. Bob Pompiani, you're going to see a lot of the starters for the regular season, which begins next week against Cleveland. It's their final preseason game tonight at Carolina. And, of course, Cam Newton. Should be a very competitive ball game. So there you have it, folks. That's coming up. And we're going to have a lot more, I promise, on the Steelers later tonight. Also, we're going to talk a little Robert Morris football tonight from Legacy Studios. And Frank Dawson will join me to talk Potter football, top 10 Potters of all time, and some of his more memorable moments as far as watching Potter football. I think you'll find it very interesting. Of course, we love the Blue and White Touchdown Club. And good luck against Indian Creek to the Potters, who they face tomorrow night. Coach Josh Ludwig coming off that big win last week against Edison. Short break. We'll be back in a little bit. In the meantime, just relax and ease into the Thursday afternoon. Because believe it or not, Labor Day is fast approaching and summer is just about gone. But it'll always be a good memory. Do you try on all your lies like this?